Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am back, still kicking. It is August 3rd. I haven't posted a video in probably over 6 months, and I've been toying around with getting back out and making some more videos, but struggling with content. I looked at all the videos that I already posted to this channel, and I feel as though I've covered every square inch there is of Cape May, and any videos that I post would be redundant, so I've been sort of reluctant to go out and record more rides. But I thought it was time to get out and bite the bullet and just, record another ride, just if for no other reason than to give an update on some of the things that have changed in Cape May since my last video. I'm starting this ride at Douglas Park, and already you can see one change that has occurred since my last video. These little, I don't know what you would call them, little shelters here are new. They're brand new, and at Douglas Park, you can see, maybe you can't, but there's a ferry coming in, on its way in. And I'm going to take a ride over to Cape May in my normal route, and then I will record a video over in Cape May. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon on Thursday, August 3rd, and it's 76 degrees here. We had a heat spell here last week, as most of the country did, and that would have made for better viewing, I think, on a video, but it was just too hot to ride around with this helmet on. So I'm leaving Douglas Park. This is the point at which the Cape May Lewis ferry departs New Jersey to go over to Lewis, Delaware. It's overcast today, so it's not very bright out, so that doesn't make for the best quality of videos. But as I said, I just wanted to sort of bite the bullet and strap the GoPro onto the helmet. I was going to go out for a ride anyway, and finally decided that even though 99% of the content on this will be scenes that I have shown on many previous videos, there will be a couple of new things over in Cape May that I want to point out. I would say so far this year, the business down here in Cape May has been very strong this year. Crowds have been pretty significant. Tough to get into restaurants without a reservation. It's impossible to get into restaurants without a reservation, but it's tough to get reservations unless you call at least a week in advance. I also have to say, I think I think some of the dining experiences are not what they were pre-COVID a few years ago. I think some restaurants are still trying to recover some of the losses that they took during the pandemic, and prices are very high, in my opinion. Used to be many of the restaurants that my wife and I would go to over in Cape May, as recently as late 2019, before the shutdowns associated with COVID in early 2020. We'd go out to dinner and you could get an entree for under $25. Some of our favorite restaurants that our little bistros, we'd go in there and get a nice meal for an entree for $23, and dessert for $10 or less. Now those same restaurants, that exact same meal with notably smaller portions, they're charging $38, $39. So that's a pretty significant increase, and the desserts are up to $15. So for my wife and I to go to dinner without any alcohol, because we only go to BYO places pretty much, it's about $50 per person, or $100 to go out to dinner. So I'm crossing the canal over the West Cape May Bridge. I've ridden this route, 100 times on video. I'll start talking a little bit about the changes that I want to point out in Cape May on this ride, and most notably are some arches that have been put up over the promenade that runs along the ocean. As I've mentioned on this channel many times, my wife is a member of several Cape May groups on Facebook, and the level of debate and arguing back and forth over the past several months about the wisdom of putting these arches up is unbelievable. I mean, it was really like the vitriol that came out and the long knives came out, and people were were really bitter at each other for having different points of view. People that, you know, hate it versus the people that love it. And this was before the arches were up. This was just knowing that they were going to be put up. I guess the purists don't like to see changes made, and I can understand that. I was initially against the pedestrian sidewalk improvement done over in North Cape May along the bay, but I was proven wrong. I mean, I think they did the Lower Township municipal government did a really nice job on that project, and it's very nice along the bay. So I was proven wrong, but I was one of those purists that don't destroy the natural beauty that exists here. And of course, Cape May is the whole city is a national historic landmark. So in theory, you shouldn't be seeing anything done in the way of development that does not preserve the historic look and feel. But these arches actually were a replication of what existed here at the turn of the century, at the turn of the 19th century or the 20th century, and they stood from, as I understand it, from about 1910 to 1944. And we're going through West Cape May now. And they were destroyed by a hurricane in 1944, and they're just recently brought back. But they only brought back 6 of them, and there's plans to put up 16 more. And I'll drive past them, and you can judge for yourself what you think of it. So I'm coming into Cape May now. In addition to putting up these arches, which you'll see on my next video, they also widened the promenade and also took down the telephone poles there and the wires, and they ran the wires underground since they were digging up the promenade anyway. So you don't really see the telephone poles and the wires that you used to see, which I think is a nice thing. And instead, you see these arches. And I was hesitant to get out on the bike again, as I said, but I guess I felt that any channel that purports to present Cape May and the scenery down here should include these arches. So I'm going to go. I'm on Beach Drive now. I'm going to go down to the Cove, and I'm going to turn this off and post this as a separate video, and then I'll turn it back on and ride through town, showing the arches and other parts of town. So if you're still around, one of the old-time subscribers, thanks a lot for your patience, and thanks for viewing this. Okay, I think this is enough for this video. I'm gonna turn this off and turn it right back on right from here and record another video of a ride through town. So again, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your patience if you're a long-time subscriber, and take care.